Hi my friends, here's a little video just to show you that spring has come and new life has come, and also just to share a few thoughts and just what's on my heart about where we are right now. So there's many things happening around us in the world, and it can be very hard to see suffering around us and feel that things seem to be getting worse in a way. And so I just want to share what I feel we can do. And it's really what I've said many times before, but sometimes it's good to just say it again. So I was just getting this morning when I went for my walk, that if you see the whole globe, just imagine the whole world and all these people living on this world, and they all go about their daily life, and all around the world all these difficult things are happening. We're using up the resources of the earth. The earth is very depleted, and lots of things, disasters, conflict. So while each little person, that we zoom into each little person, while each person is going about our daily life, all these things are happening around us. And so what is the way to go? So because often when things are very difficult going on around us, and it's in the news, it's everywhere, you can switch off the news but you know it's going on. I think there's a very great drive within us that we want to help and we want to change things in the outer level. The outer circumstances, we want to change them, and if only we could change them, everything would be better. And so you see people who go out and try to fix what's going on, and for some people that's a good thing to do because it's part of their spiritual path, and it's right for them, and we need helpers on the physical level. But for most of us, the greatest help we can do is to really stay focused and to stay peaceful. So if we go back to that little image of just zooming into each little person that's in this world right now, the best thing that each person can do is to stay really, really balanced and focused right where they are in their lives. And when they realize something's going on, maybe their neighbor, maybe a neighboring country, maybe far away in the world, when they are aware of this, to not lose their balance and their focus of what they're doing in their own daily life, and also to not care about what's going on. But the best thing we can do is to stay focused on what we're doing in our own life, and to try to do our best right where we are. And when I say do our best, is to really do our best being us, just being who we are in our own honest and truthful way, and to maybe share some love where we are. And at the same time, when we think about what's going on around us in the world, we can, instead of worry about what's going on or feel bad that we're not doing something to change it, we can just send it love. Just send the people or the circumstances our love. Just imagine that this beautiful wave of love is flowing out of our hearts, and it's going to that place that we're thinking of, and just let it go. So you see, if each and every person on the earth is not doing this, is actually every time something happens and they are aware of it, they either try to run over there and fix it desperately and they maybe realize they can't fix it, they can't change it, or they stay where they are and they're just deeply worried about what's going on. And every time a new thing happens, they get even more worried. And so they're full of fear and full of worry. And how do they go about their day? Well, they don't do it in a very fruitful way or a very pleasant way for themselves, because they are so deeply stressed. So this is just a little message to you that when we look at everything from a distance, it can seem very overwhelming. But when we go and realize that we are one of these people on this earth, and we have a choice. We can choose to be very distraught and very upset and very fearful and lose our anchor point, or we can say to ourselves, okay, something's going on, I don't like what I see, I don't want this to happen, but I will stop trying to change it, and I will make sure and maybe even see this as a challenge for me to stay even more focused, to be even more anchored where I am. Because I know that if I do a good job where I am, and I stay unfearful, I stay calm and loving, I'm doing something great right where I am. I'm bringing more peace and more balance and more harmony into the world. Or I'm cultivating more peace, more harmony, more balance, more love in this world. So if something happens right where I am that is very dramatic and needs a lot of attention and maybe physical activity, I will be ready to do my bit where I am. So as I see it, I've said this before, and it can sound very unkind, but everything that's happening is happening for a reason, and that every one of us have really chosen to be where we are right now. And so some of us are in very dramatic situations, and it is all part of our own life path. And it's not a matter of closing our eyes towards what's going on, but it's a matter of using it, understanding that everything that can be triggering is actually a practice, and we have chosen this path that we are on. We have chosen the country we are in. We have chosen the people we are around. We've chosen it all. And because we wanted to learn and we wanted to grow in compassion, we wanted to be more loving, more wholesome, more beautiful people. We wanted our spiritual selves to come into manifestation more and more. And so we are here to make a difference. And in our ego mind, we're told if we don't do a whole lot of things on the physical level, we're not making a difference. But in our spirit, we know that we are making a difference when we, no matter what we do, we make a difference. And the more anchored, the more peaceful, the more we go about our things in our daily lives in a peaceful and loving way, and the greater we are doing. We are creating change by doing this, because the world has been a fearful, stressed place for millennia. And so every time a person chooses not fear, not stress, but peace and being anchored, being loving, and being trusting, every time we do this, we are changing the world massively. So, yeah, this is just to share this, that all is well, and all is happening because it's meant to happen. And the last thing I like to mention is that, as I've said before, very dramatic things are actually a cleansing process, because we are preparing ourselves and the earth for new earth, This is going to be a very, very beautiful place to be living, and all this old stuff that the earth can't hold anymore is coming up to the surface, and so it's being released. And for it to be released, it has to be felt through humans. And so every time you feel very, very sad or very, very upset, allow the feeling to be there, because it will lift off you, because we are all here to do this cleansing too. So being very upset and very, very sad can actually be a very fruitful and wonderful thing. And we can stay anchored. We can allow this feeling to surface and to go right through us, and at the same time notice that we are still anchored, we're still trusting, we're still loving, but we will let this emotion surface and go through us, and it's okay. So it's okay to feel emotions that are not just joyful and peaceful, as long as we keep staying anchored and trusting. So under the great sadness and being very, very upset, under that we can feel this beautiful, beautiful current of peace just flowing through us. So we can do this, and every time something dramatic happens, we are being tested once again. Can you still stay calm? God is asking us, do you still feel loved? Do you still feel that I'm here and I care for you and that all is well? So we can ask ourselves that, and we can feel relaxed and trusting every day. So I send you my love right where you are in your life. Bye.